Hello, Panther fans, and welcome to our 2016-17 Milwaukee Panther women's basketball season in review. I'm Matt Menzel, being joined by the head coach, Kyle Recklitz. And Coach, let's get right to it. When you look back at the winter that was, how would you summarize this season?
I thought it was a great year. It was definitely a building from the previous year. We won 19 games 2 seasons ago, and then to come into this season and know that we had a lot of our players returning. We had so many upperclassmen, a lot of seniors, a lot of juniors playing considerable minutes to kind of finalize the season, getting to another postseason tournament, winning 22 games. It was a great year.
From a media standpoint, from a fan standpoint, I think we'd call it a successful season when you look at wins, but also the postseason appearance. From a coaching staff standpoint, how do you measure success, and would you call it a successful season?
Absolutely. We measure success by common opponents that we've had in previous years. Last season, 2 seasons ago, we lost to Wisconsin, had a tough time with, Northwestern, bigger loss. And then you look at this season in the non-conference, and we're beating teams like Wisconsin, and we have a 2-point game and a chance to win against a team like Northwestern. Same thing in conference. I think our conference was a lot stronger this year than it had in the previous years, but really our schedule was very, very similar. And so I just think our team really stepped up to the challenge. Our leadership was much better, and you could just really tell our team was bought in and focused. That, to me, is success.
And talking about success, when you listen to these accomplishments, what comes to mind? 22 wins, that tied the program's Division I record for wins in a single season. You won a Vermont in-season tournament, the first in-season tournament championship since 2006, a Horizon League tournament semifinalist, hosted the first postseason game in the program's D1 history, won the first 2 postseason games in the D1's program history, a WBI semifinalist, beat Wisconsin for the first time since 1992, beat Green Bay at home for the first time since February 2006, and 12-3 at home with 2 of those 3 losses by 2 points each. When you think of all those accomplishments, what comes to mind?
That is a lot. I think you gave the full rundown list. I think a successful season, and I think when you think about the accomplishments as the year goes through, is more just about where your team is at as individuals. And you can list all the accolades, and they were long, and that's great, and that helps us in recruiting, and that helps the future, and it helps give our players confidence. But when I see our players on a daily basis smiling and really enjoying the game, loving being here at Milwaukee, that to me is an accomplishment, because it's so much about the student athletes and their experience. That's what we really try to make Milwaukee all about, and I really think that was probably our biggest accomplishment this year. Our team had a lot of fun. That last trip really summed it up. We had a great time in the WBI and really traveling around the country together at the end.
How from an individual standpoint, you look at some of the accolades. Steph Kostowitz, a second-team All-Conference honoree, joined the 1,000-point and 500-rebound clubs. She was part of the WBI All-Tournament team. You had Jenny Linder, part of the Horizon League All-Tournament team. She, too, joined the 1,000-point, 500-rebound club. And then you had Lizzie Odegaard, part of the Horizon League All-Freshman team. Who stood out to you, and did anybody surprise you maybe with their play this season?
Well, I think you listed some of the top performers. I think the people that go unnoticed sometimes that don't get the accolades, Sierra Ford Washington, our point guard, I really believe that she was one of our MVPs, for sure. She really commanded the team from a leadership role, from just how she passed the ball. I mean, she led our team in assists and was also in the top 3 in scoring. She had an outstanding senior season. And then you have Alexis Lindstrom and Bailey Farley. And we always said as a staff that how those 2 play is how we play, because you always expect Jenny and Steph and Sierra to kind of perform, and Lizzie really got consistent as well. So you kind of expected them to perform. Now you had these other 2 that never really got mentioned, but we always gave them the toughest defensive assignments. We always expected them to hit shots, and they were both in the top 5, I think, in 3-point field goal percentage and 3-point field goals made. So kind of exciting when you have those 2 coming in with the mix of everybody else. So I thought we had some great performances. And then you saw Kelsey Cunningham and Jamie Wright really step up at the end of the season as well.
When you look at the roster breakdown, you do lose 4 seniors. Do you have a message for those 4 individuals as they now look to life after basketball?
Yeah, it was a sad day. In the Greensboro locker room, I wasn't expecting to have to give a speech at that time. I really thought that we were going to make it to the championship game. And so I wasn't prepared. The message that I gave was just thank you. I mean, they're a group of 4 people that really believed in us before the program had, taken off. They're a reason why we are so successful, and now we have a lot of people in the state and recruits and coaches that are excited about Milwaukee basketball. Largely in part because what they've done. So that was my biggest message, was just thank you. Thank you for believing in us, for believing in our university, and for dedicating so much time to making our program special.
And when you look at the roster, 11 players have the possibility of coming back next season. That includes a couple of redshirts. You have Alyssa Fisher coming back from injury. Throw in the incoming freshman class. What can fans expect to see from this team in the foreseeable future?
I think we're going to be competitive. I really think that we're at that point now where our team is ready to continue to set high goals for themselves. They like that feeling of winning, obviously, and so they're striving really hard to make sure that we continue that path and find ways to continue to get there. I'm really excited about this next season. I know that this season is just coming to a close, but anytime that you look at the future and you see who we have coming in, who we have returning, I just really think we've got quite a bits of the pieces of the puzzle put together already.
Well, Coach, thanks a lot for your time, and congratulations on a successful 2016-17 season.
Thank you.